Okay, so this will be part one of probably very many projects on this truck here. The first and biggest issue really is just mainly the rust here. Rust is just terrible. Obviously I've already started on it, but that's okay. The biggest thing here is that I probably would never be able to find another four-door cab for one of these. The trucks alone are hard enough to find, let alone finding a decent cab. So what I am going to do is I'm going to take that standard cab, which is completely rust-free, and take probably 80% of that, and we're going to put it inside the truck, because it's just the front half that's rotted where the door A-pillar is and all that. But that's just the first project. I mean, there's many things to do to this. But that'll get most of the rust fixed up. There's some small other spots, and the bed will need a little bit of rust repair, but nothing major. This will be the major issue. It's a nice truck. Obviously I tore the interior out of it and everything. The odometer is only ticked over to 34-some thousand miles, but of course on these trucks the odometer doesn't go to the 100,000th digit. But just from my observation and how this thing rusted, I do think that is actual 34,000 miles. Saying that the play in the steering wheel is actually very minimal. Obviously, it's going to look terrible on video, but you're not going to be able to feel it. But there's hardly any play compared to the other trucks this old I've had. And believe it or not, obviously you can't tell on this door, but the rest of the door pins aren't even wore out. And they're pretty much original. So just by, those little indicators like that, and how much oil pressure the engine has. This engine is extremely tight. I mean, it has 60-pound oil pressure when you start it cold. It goes down to maybe 50 at a hot idle, but with that high oil pressure, it's just, I couldn't see it having more than 34. It would, the next tick would have been 134,000, so I just can't see that. And just the way it looks like it's been just sitting a lot most of its life. So, but I'm going to start piecing this cab in here. I'm going to measure out where it fits in. As you can see, right here is the seam actually that they made these cabs out of. So it's probably original standard cab that they kind of fabricated some back half for. And then the other seams is right here. This tunnel is different than the standard cabs. For some reason, it goes up and around, but I'll save the tunnel. The tunnel's perfectly fine, so I'll just cut a seam out of that other one. and I'm not sure how far up I'm going to go yet. There is a small amount of rust here, but the issue I'll have is that the roof is, I don't know if you can see it or not, but it has vents in it, or louvers, or whatever you want to call it. And the standard cab doesn't. And the only thing wrong with this standard cab is, you may not be able to see it, but there's wrinkles in the roof. Something was sat on top of the roof. Other than that, the cab's perfect. So I'm not sure if I'm going to drill out the spot welds here and take the top cap off and then just kind of piece it in underneath that, or if I'm just going to take the A-pillar, take it down low into the A-pillar area or something. I'm not quite sure of that, but I'm definitely going to cut the floor out and take the whole front section of it out and do that way. But I'll cut back in the video and I'll show you the progress. Alright, this is a truck I just got. Bought it not too long ago. Got it, what the hell? This is terrible. How the hell am I going to make a video when I can't even talk?